Listen to me very carefully. Most of you woke up this morning, checked your phone, and saw the no connection symbol. You restarted your router. You toggled your airplane mode. You waited. You thought it was a provider issue. You thought a cable snapped in the Atlantic. You thought it was a glitch. You are wrong. You've been trained to believe that the world is fragile, that things just break. But in the world of high-level power, things don't just break. They are broken. They are dismantled. They are harvested. The internet didn't fall. It didn't collapse under its own weight. It didn't succumb to a virus. The internet was taken. Think about the sheer scale of that. Every bank account, every private message, every piece of proprietary code, every digital memory you've ever stored in the cloud, which, by the way, is just someone else's computer, is gone. But it's not deleted. It's moved. It has been transferred into the hands of the few who realize that data is more valuable than gold, more lethal than nuclear weapons, and more addictive than any drug on the street. They flipped the switch. And while you were staring at a spinning loading icon, they were finalizing the greatest heist in the history of the human race. Because you were becoming too connected. The matrix only works if the subjects are divided. For a moment, the internet allowed the common man to see behind the curtain. It allowed you to communicate, to trade, to build empires outside of their traditional systems. They saw the peasants getting too rich. They saw the slaves talking to each other across the plantation. So what do? Do they ban it? No. If they ban it, you rebel. They confiscate it. They create a total system failure. They blame a solar flare. They blame a foreign state. They blame a cyber terrorist group that doesn't exist. And while you're sitting in the dark, lighting candles and wondering when your Instagram feed will come back, they are recoding the world. When the Internet 2.0 comes back, and it won't be the Wild West you remember. It will be a digital cage. Every word filtered, every transaction permitted, every thought monitored in real time. They didn't kill the Internet. They kidnapped it, took it to a dark room, and beat it until it agreed to work for them. You think your data is just pictures of your lunch. You're a fool. Your data is your soul. It's your patterns. It's your weaknesses. They know what makes you angry. They know what makes you spend money you don't have. They know who you love and who you hate. By taking the internet offline, they've performed a hard reset on humanity. Imagine a refinery. They've taken the raw oil of the old internet, and they are boiling it down. They are extracting the inconvenient truths. They are deleting the rebels. They are scrubbing the history books in real time. When you log back in, you won't even realize what's missing. You'll be so happy to have your digital pacifier back in your mouth that you won't notice the leash is 3 inches shorter. Oh, thank God, the Wi-Fi is back. Meanwhile, your bank account has been adjusted. Your rights have been updated. Your freedom has been archived. I've sat in the rooms where these people talk. I know how they think. They don't fear a man with a gun. They fear a man with a trillion bit per second connection and a brain that can think for itself. They realized that the internet was a mistake. Not for us, for them. It was a leak in their ceiling. Information was dripping out. People were waking up. People were starting to see the strings on the puppets. So they cut the line. This wasn't a technical error. This was a tactical strike. It was a digital blitzkrieg. While you were arguing about politics, they were building the kill switch. They waited for the perfect moment, when the world was most dependent, when your entire life was stored on a server in Virginia or Dublin, and they pulled the plug. Total, absolute, silence. So what do you do now? You can sit there and wait for the official report. You can wait for the government to tell you that everything is under control. Or you can realize that the game has changed. The internet was the last frontier, and the frontier has been conquered. The fence has been built. The guards are at the gate. If you want to survive the new world, you have to stop being a consumer of their digital garbage. You have to become a producer. You have to understand that the only connection that matters now is the one you have with reality. They took the internet because they wanted to take your mind. The question isn't, when is it coming back? The question is, now that you're awake in the dark, what are you going to do about it? The internet didn't fall. It was seized. It was captured. It was taken. And if you aren't ready for what comes next, you'll be taken too. You think the internet is a library. You think it's a place where you go to learn. Wrong. The old internet was a trap. It was a massive, global fishing net designed to see who the big fish were. For 20 years, they let you run wild. They let you post your thoughts, your bank connections, your business secrets, and your locations. They watched you build your entire life on a foundation of sand. Their servers, their fiber optics, their terms and conditions. And once the net was full, they pulled it up. They didn't just turn off the lights. They took the hard drives. While you're sitting at home wondering why your Netflix won't load, there are literal data command centers under the mountains in Utah and Switzerland where the refinery is happening. They are sorting you. They have a digital avatar of every single one of you. They know who the submissive ones are. They know who will sit quietly and wait for the emergency broadcast. And they know who the troublemakers are. They know who was talking about sovereignty. They know who was building parallel systems. The internet didn't fall. It was harvested. They took it so they could cleanse the record. Have you ever wondered why certain websites disappeared years ago? Why certain videos were scrubbed? That was just the rehearsal. This is the main event. They are literally deleting the parts of human history they don't like. If it's not on the new internet, it never happened. If your business isn't in their new ledger, you don't own it. If your credentials aren't in their verified cloud, you aren't an expert. They are rewriting reality in the dark. And because you are addicted to the screen, you are powerless to stop them. Let's talk about the who. You want to blame a president? A prime minister? Those people are middle management. They are the floor managers of the matrix. They don't have the codes. The people who took the internet are the ones who realized that the physical world, the dirt, the gold, the oil, is secondary to the information world. In the physical world, if I take your car, you know it's gone. You can see the empty driveway. But in the digital world, they can take your entire identity and leave you with a ghost. They can make you disappear without firing a single bullet. This is the silent war. They realized that the old internet was too chaotic. It was too free. It was a bug in their system. So they initiated a system update. But this isn't an update for your benefit. It's a patch for their control. They are the architects of the void. They created a vacuum of information so that when they finally restore service, you will accept any conditions just to feel connected again. Oh, you want your email back? Just scan your retina. You want to access your bank account? Just agree to the new social credit API. You want to talk to your family? Only through this SafeCom portal. They didn't break the tool. They stole the tool so they could sell it back to you as a leash. Some of you think you're smart. You think, fine, let them take it. I'll go off-grid. I'll live in the woods. I'll use cash. You're an idiot. The world is already too far gone for your homesteading fantasy. The supply chains, the electricity, the water, the logistics, it's all tied to the backbone they just seized. When they took the internet, they didn't just take your memes. They took the operating system of civilization. If the internet stays dark for more than 72 hours, the grocery stores are empty. If it stays dark for a week, the ATMs are paperweights. If it stays dark for a month, the cities are war zones. They know this. They aren't trying to destroy the world. They are trying to reset the power dynamic. They want you hungry. They want you scared. They want you desperate. Because a desperate man doesn't ask for privacy. A desperate man asks for security. And they are the only ones who can provide it. They took the internet to create a controlled catastrophe. They are the arsonists who show up dressed as the firemen. They started the fire, and now they want to be thanked for putting it out with a new digital solution. Mark my words, within days or weeks, the internet will return. The news anchors, the ones they allowed to stay on the air, will call it a miracle of engineering. They will praise the Global Tech Task Force for saving us from the darkness. But look closely when the bars return to your phone. Look at the new icons. Look at the emergency security protocols you have to click accept on. Notice how the search results are a little more limited. Notice how the disruptive voices are suddenly gone. They ran the entire digital ocean through a sieve, and they caught every single one of us who dared to speak the truth.